Yeah, see, that's what my life really is right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to get back into the music stuff for real, but it be hard, you know, cause I be really, you know, having him most of the time and just taking care of business. You know, I'm only 23 years old. He about to turn 3 on Thursday.
Yeah.
So shit, like the music shit was popping off when I was like 18, 19, 20. And then like I damn stopped being consistent with it. You know, but that's really what I'm trying to get back into right now, for real. But back to the what we was talking about earlier, like shit, I feel like I don't know how I explain it. Like if you not you know putting yourself into bullshit, you ain't gonna be around too much bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I was putting myself into some bullshit though, but like it ain't the worst place in America, but it's definitely parts where, you know, people would be surprised how I say, you know what I'm saying? Because people are not expecting Minnesota to have bad parts. I don't know about after all the riots and shit, how motherfuckers expecting it, but shit, you know.
So, like, what about like, cause like for me, right? So like, I'm from Georgia. I went to college in Delaware, so I lived in Delaware for a few years, and then like that kind of like my experience with the North, like Delaware, the DMV. I was in New York a little bit, like Jersey, you know what I'm saying, moving around like that. So when I got to Minnesota for real, like it was especially like during the summer, like I wasn't expecting the lakes, I wasn't expecting like the boats, I wasn't expecting like
that shit get fun for sure.
Yeah, like summertime out here, like it crazy, like
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying, so much to do, like the food, the cultures and shit, like.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
nah.
like you know, this the reason I asked the question though, cause like you know pretty much where I'm from, like in Georgia, it's like a majority black metro, and then you got white, and then like everybody else is kind of like it's a small percentage. It's not a lot of diversity. So like coming out here, seeing the diversity, seeing how everybody move together, how close the neighborhoods is together. I mean, in proximity, like it'll take you 10, 11, 12 miles to get from St. Paul to Minneapolis, but it's 10, 11, 12 miles from the top side of my city to the bottom side. So like I'm just really putting, you know what I'm saying, everything together like that. Like man, it's totally different. So like that's kind of like the angle I'm coming from, like with that. And then like, so like for you, like what else, like some of them things that like you try to get people to understand about Minnesota and like where you from for real?
Shit. I mean, I would say that like people like, you know, it's called the Twin Cities, but really St. Paul, Minneapolis people don't really get along like that. It's like
real segregated. I see that.
It's a real rivalry. I don't really, you know, it be some real beef behind the shit, but really it's just like, oh, you from St. Paul? Oh, that's dirty. Oh, you from Minneapolis? You know, it'd be really some mundane shit outside of the real beefs. You know, that's a whole different conversation for real. But like I say, like we getting our own way with that type of shit. That unnecessary competition. You know, I feel like competition is good in a way, but at the same time, you should want to level each other up rather than tear each other down. You know, competition should be used to motivate each other to do better, not used as to fuel some hate and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, now that I lived in both cities, like I met people in Minneapolis that I call my brothers. I met people, you know, I grew up with a lot of people in St. Paul that I call my brothers. But the thing, like you were saying, it takes 10, 11 miles to get from St. Paul to Minneapolis. Hell yeah, technically you right. But St. Paul big and Minneapolis big in their own. Like we on the north side right now. You know, the south side, this is its own, you know, whole ecosystem within itself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too familiar with the Minneapolis shit, so I ain't gonna speak on it. But like I know it's the lows and the highs and shit over here. But in St. Paul, you know, there's the east side, the west side. There's midway. Shit, I'm from like a little part called Frogtown area. Like shit, really close to the east side in a way. Like I grew up off Maryland, and you know, motherfuckers who from here gonna know where that is. But it's like, when I was growing up, there was this whole east side versus west side beef. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of people from there either dead or in jail, or moved past it. Luckily, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, that was what I grew up with, not knowing that it's a whole, you know, Twin City that got their own shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Right. So then when I start getting into the scene and start meeting everybody, cause I'm neutral. I grew up just playing basketball and shit and doing my little bullshit, but I don't got no, you know, no beef out here in the city like that. Like some motherfuckers probably don't like me, but that's some other shit. But really, like, I learned that, like, you know, people just, like I was saying earlier, just getting in their own way, like unnecessarily feeling some way about the next person just cause, instead of seeing someone doing better as you, like, then feel it as hate. Like, you're supposed to use that as motivation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not supposed to hate on the next man, like, cause what they got going on. And I done seen some shit, cause like I had some success early when I first started this shit, like some big success, and that shit led to a lot of motherfuckers just talking, hating and shit, like showing true colors and shit like that. And really, and damn near like some people trying to like throw dirt on my name, trying to like fuck my shit up, you know, really trying to hate, not just talking. But it get wicked like that, and that's what I don't want from the city. You know, I wish all that Minnesota nice shit that people think Minnesota is, I wish that shit was damn true, cause like motherfuckers really get in their own way around here. And I feel like if we all just show more love, cause I hear that about the South, like, especially like I mean, I don't know everything about all the cities and shit, but when I talk to artists from the South, I hear more like it's more supportive. Like people be trying to be like, oh, I fuck with you, little bro, like, or not on some disrespectful shit, but like really trying to bring other people up or push other people, like, and even shit, not even in the South, but Detroit. Like I know a lot of the big Detroit artists that work with smaller artists out there and shit like that. That whole wave and movement, like there's a lot of talent in Minnesota, and we could have a whole wave like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but like, I feel like the only reason we don't is because of us. Like we always try to blame it on everything else, but it's really, you know, we getting in our own way.